Are you serious? Are you serious? Hurricane Arthur! Yes, it's probably going to become a hurricane. It's right now Tropical Storm Arthur. We talked about it yesterday, Arthur. We talked about it yesterday on our live broadcast, and we will today as well from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be live, and during that 3-hour broadcast, we will give you up-to-date information on what's taking place with Tropical Storm Arthur. Now, as you can see on the map, Arthur is still spinning off the Florida coast. It's expected to become a hurricane by Thursday. Now, Arthur and the Atlantic hurricane season's first storm. It's located about 90 miles east of Cape Canaveral, Florida. Early this morning, the hurricane and tropical storm watches were hoisted for parts of the Carolinas as this tropical storm, which will become a hurricane by tomorrow probably, is moving very slow from off the Florida coast. And the bulk of the rain and the surge of the tide is staying away from the Florida coast. Folks, Florida, you are blessed. You are really not going to feel much of the effects of this hurricane. But as the hurricane moves closer toward Charleston, South Carolina, there will be great concern for the Carolinas, as it's expected to move in that direction and come ashore in North Carolina. But I can say this, that South Carolina will feel it. You should feel some strong winds and heavy rains there in Charleston, South Carolina, and everyone above it between Charleston and Virginia Beach. Now, as we get closer, as it comes early Friday morning, the Hurricane Arthur is expected to be around 85 miles an hour, 85 to 90 miles an hour, as it comes ashore there in the northern eastern portion of the state of North Carolina. It will come ashore. It will glance through there. It will actually carry through there right up into Virginia Beach and work its way toward the East Coast. It will start to pull away, so New York, you should be okay early on Saturday, but still, it's really more of a situation developing for the people of the Carolinas and Virginia Beach, Virginia. And so certainly North Carolina and Virginia, you're in the path. Now, I do not think that Delaware and some of the smaller ones right in there might also experience some heavy wind and rain right up in that area there just above Virginia. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out, but mainly it's going to be, the New England area right there. I think you're going to feel some of it, certainly rain, but we think that the bulk of it, the real pressure, the real problem, and here's what concerns me about Arthur. It's moving so slow, and because it's been, the water is it's picking up some energy, so it's going to be, I think it's going to be worse than what we think. I'm looking for a lot of flooding because of it's a slow-moving hurricane, so it's going to dump a ton of water. So we just want to prepare. We're praying for all of you. We've got partners. We've got online members. We've got YouTube subscribers. We've got Facebook friends. We've got part of the Cyber Revival partnership of our ministry is right in the path of this storm. So we're going to pray and ask God to protect you even in the storm, that God will touch our friends and supporters. And let me also say, we're going to pray for the entire area that this thing would pull away. We would really like to see that happen. So be in prayer. Keep your heads up, folks. Watch what's going on. And let's pray one for another. We don't want any loss of life in the midst of the first hurricane of the season, Hurricane Arthur, which was really a weird storm. It formed off the southern part of Florida and was headed south It spun around and went back northeast. Quite strange, but this can happen. I'll be right back with more current world events and how it relates to Bible prophecy. The Bible told us in the last days there will be signs in the sun, which we've definitely been seeing a lot of solar flares, the sun, the moon, the stars, and distress of nations. We certainly are seeing that with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring, and men's hearts failing them for fear of things coming on the earth. He said, when you begin to see these things come to pass, lift up your heads, look up. Your redemption's drawing nigh. I'll be right back in just a moment.